Very often, we used to have the topics of who am I? Who do you think you are? And we would ask people, who do you think you are? They would answer it always, I'm a guy, I'm a girl, um, I'm a stenographer, I'm a doctor. All these different kinds of ways of answering the question, who am I? So now if I ask you, who are you? Who are you? What would you answer? Would you go by an occupation? Would you go by your identification of what sex you are? Would you go by, I'm an American, or I'm an American Indian, or I'm a black person, or I'm Caucasian? What direction would you go? All of them are valid depending on how you see who you are. But I'm asking it now again in another way. If you ask me, who am I would say to you, I'm a created being from God, or I'm a child of God. Would you see yourself that way? Would that occur to you? If it occurs to you, good stuff, good stuff. Because you are aware of a depth of being that you're not getting faked out of. Because who am I is going to get two answers, one from your soul, or from what we call the divine mind, and the other is from your human mind. And the human mind is always invested in this world and where its worth and self-esteem lies. Likewise with the divine mind, except the self-esteem rises from the fact that, man, you're in pretty good shape because you are the beloved child of God. Who am I? Well, it affects your life. It affects your life. Because if you are that child of God and you have gotten to the point where you see yourself that way, then you also are going to be able to act as God would act. Who am I? I am a child of God who sees things and acts accordingly to how God would act. And is there a peace in that? Knowing that exactly as God sees something, you see it. And now it's no longer you needing to make a judgment about whether you succeed or you fail, because you're doing something from your oneness with God, and it's God's business as to what you are doing, because you became God's servant. How's that for a definition of who am I? I'm a servant of God. We can add that to being, I'm an eternal being. No fear of death. No fear of death. God's not afraid of death because there is no death. We are eternal beings. Who am I? I am an eternal being who was created as a child of God, who does each moment whatever it is that is the ultimate joy and fulfillment of God. And I get to be able to experience that. Who would you like to be? Would you like to be in this world and know how to be able to handle every single moment that goes on in your life that you decide to hand over to God and say, okay, love, how do you want this handled? Let me see myself, or let me see the other person as you see me, or you see them, and let me react in this moment to how you want me to react with myself or with them. And you have the assuredness that you're doing right according to God's injunction. No more worries. You're just a plain success by God's standards. How would you like it? I liked it. I'll take it. Goodbye, Bob of Weltman. That's who I am in this world. Hello to Bob of God. Oh yeah, I'll take it. Love to you. Amen.